Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching Nile Cruise, and we're still talking about preserving our heritage. For a nation with the historical depth of Egypt, heritage is far more than a collection of monuments. It is the silent foundation of our national identity also. However, the true challenge of the 21st century is not just the physical preservation of the past, but its successful transmission to the future. And to talk more about this topic, we are delighted to have with us here Basma Al-Harmeel, a distinguished heritage researcher, and also she's the founder of the History Walk initiative. Thank you very much, Basma, for joining us today in Nile Cruise.
Thank you so much for having me.
Basma, tell us more about your initiative titled The History Walk.
Sure. So the History Walk started when I'm already fond of heritage and history from a very young age, and I have this aim to pass knowledge and the history to the Egyptians in general, especially the younger generations, where sometimes they feel isolated or not very much connected to their own heritage. So I'm trying to simplify the knowledge without much jargon, where they receive about their history, knowledge about their history, and know more about their heritage beyond the books and the research and the school and the universities.
Basma, why is it that traditional academic methods often fail to create a personal bond between the youth and their heritage, and also what is missing from the current narrative?
Well, it's not very much failing, but it's missing something, which is being interactive. We need more interactive tools to engage the younger ones into their heritage and to know more about it. So school curricula or books are very important. We cannot neglect them. However, we need many tools and interactive methods, such as AI and social media, where we can use them. Of course, an AI can really offer wide array of opportunities for them to engage, to volunteer, to know more about their history without being only in books and so on. So that's what is missing from schools or education.
And is a part of your initiative is contacting the schools and universities and searching for volunteers, or not?
I wish that will be the case later on, but right now I'm focusing more on delivering simple information just to let them know,
Through
or to
social media.
Exactly, yes, through social media, and they are a digital native generation,
Yes.
so it's the easiest way to reach them.
Basma, in an era of globalization, how do you protect the Egyptian identity from becoming a diluted or commercialized version of itself for the sake of global appeal?
Well, nowadays we are all exposed to globalization, and where every culture is being exposed to the same content. So we need to maintain our heritage by passing it and keeping our living heritage and traditions alive, like crafts and songs and language, without consuming much of the foreign content.
Yeah, Basma, beyond the state intervention, what is the role of the individual Egyptian family in the daily transmission of heritage to their children?
So first off, let them go to the school trips first off, and then they have them to join the to go to the museums, and maybe there are
I
some
think now they
interactive.
started.
Yes, sure. And there are activities in the museum. Summer schools, for example, they can let
Yes, we
them
have in
join
the Grand
these.
Egyptian Museum,
Yes,
children museum,
children
and they
museum.
have
Yes, that's
activities
true. Yes,
all
and
over the
dynamic as
year.
well. Exactly, and dynamic as
Mm.
well. And it's a great initiative to have the children be aware of their heritage from a very young
Mm.
age.
Basma, talking about modern generations and the Gen Zs, how do you view their participation in the heritage preservance?
Well, they are really fond of it and they want to know more. However, there's some kind of isolation, or they feel that the heritage is solid, something solid. So uh, what is nice now that we have treasure hunts and history walks or heritage walks in the streets of Cairo, historic Cairo and Alexandria. So it's really important for them to join these walks, and also to they can narrate their own side of story online as well. They are already all online and using all the social media platforms. So yeah, that will be the case for them to join the heritage industry.
And as Egypt undergoes rapid urban transformation, how do we ensure that the soul of our cities is transmitted to the future without hindering necessary progress?
Urban development is really important. We cannot neglect it for the heritage. It's really important. However, it should respect the fabric of the city. It should respect the sense of place, and how these places affect the sense of belonging for the people. Development really reinforce the means of transportation and tourism, so they can go hand in hand. They are not against each other. They can simply go hand in hand, and there is a correlation between them. So yeah, both can work together, not against each other.
Yeah, and is your initiative extended to the governorates, or only it's in Cairo?
No, actually, I went. Of course, Cairo is the main city. Then there's Alexandria,
The
and
heritage over Egypt.
all over the
Mm.
country. It has very rich. Our country has very rich history and
Yeah.
culture. So it's not only in Cairo, of course, but yeah, I'm taking step by step.
Yeah. Basma, how can we leverage modern technology to enhance the weight of history rather than making it feel like a shallow virtual simulation?
As I've mentioned, AI, and AI can offer us characters like from ancient history, and then we can engage with that artificial character, and in a museum or maybe in our homes. It's not only VR, and we can also create interactive labs where we can join activities to preserve replicas, or maybe original artifacts. These also all about technology and the technology integration, and VR is already at the gym. Yes, so yeah, it's really receiving lots of visitors at that time to join VR.
Basma, tell me more about examples of preserving heritage through your initiative on the ground.
On the ground, I'm thinking of history walks, as it's called. I would love to join history walks with the younger generation, of course, and have a stroll in the city and the historic streets, where they can feel the fabric of the city. No, that's the plan actually. I'm still trying to create a fan base, and then we're gonna do it, of course.
Well, Basma Al-Harmeel, a distinguished heritage researcher and founder of the History Walk Initiative, thank you very much for joining us today in Nile Cruise.
So much
Thank
for
you,
having me.
Basma. Ladies and gentlemen, short break. Right back.